Sup, bros? Welcome to my very first Q&A ever, and I apologize for not releasing this earlier. I shot it in Florence, however, that one sucked. There were some parts with Paul that were kind of funny in that one, so I might use some clips. Anyways, I'm gonna get right into it and answer your guys' questions. First question, how many people do you tell a day you are vegan? 316.
Why does it matter, cunt?
So I'm gonna take the more appropriate, respectful response to this comment. To be honest, a lot of people will say like, how many people do you tell you're vegan? Oh, you tell everyone you're vegan. It's just such a weird like comment to me, because if the same was said about meat eaters, we'd be able to say that all the time. Like, people are always eating meat around us, people are always letting us know about what they had, whether it's meat or whatever, and the moment that we say, oh, we had this like vegan lunch, and people are like, oh, you're trying to shove veganism down my throat. And the other thing, which we've discussed in the past, is that we have to say whether we're eating something vegan, because if we post a picture of a burger or a video of a burger, people will comment and be like,
you're eating meat! Yeah. Why are you eating that meat? Why is there a wiener in your mouth, huh? Thought you were vegan.
I thought you were vegan.
So we have to specify, because you bitches will try and call us out on stuff when in reality,
we're not eating meat. Can you tell us about your time in the military? It was great. I think I had a really hard time adjusting. It took me a long time to kind of get used to living that lifestyle. However, I will say it made me a better person, and I don't regret it at all. I'm not necessarily advocating for everyone to go join the military. I do think that some people need it, and I think that where I was in my life at that time, I definitely needed it, and I needed some kind of reform. How can you make sure your clothes don't have bed bugs? I've never had that problem. My mom's been thrifting since I was a kid. She used to drive me to a thrift store. That's where all my clothes came from when I was a kid. Me and Paul thrift all the time, and we've never had that problem. I don't know if that's more of an issue in the South, but it's really not much of an issue out here in the Northwest. Jacob, did you get any more tattoos since your tattoo video? And do you have any tattoos on your legs? No, I did not get any more tattoos since my last tattoo video. No, I do not have any tattoos on my legs. I'm working my way down my back, then I'm gonna get my butt, my legs, my feet, my hands, my neck, my head, my face, everything. Have you done any sports? And if so, which ones? No, except for ping pong. I'm a fucking ping pong champion. I swear I'm like Forrest Gump. You know how Forrest Gump like went to war and became a ping pong champion? I went to Afghanistan, I started playing ping pong in my downtime, and I became a ping pong champion. Have you ever thought about starting a clothing brand? Yes, I have. What's your favorite clothing brand of all time? My favorite clothing brand of all time would kind of be a tie. It's really hard to say. I really like 10 Deep, however, I don't buy 10 Deep anymore, and the reason for that is because 10 Deep doesn't support me at all, and I've put on for them heavy. I've seen them support YouTubers, or I've seen them support a YouTuber that talked shit about them a long time ago, and I've been put on for them heavy, and they just never show love. So I'm just kind of at this point where I'm like, fuck it. Like, if they're not gonna show love, I'm not gonna keep buying their product. That's not to say that you need to have like a brand support if you're going to show their product off or buy their product. The biggest reason I decided not to is because at this point I have so many clothes, there's really no reason for me to buy clothes, and the only real reason for me to buy clothes is to show you guys the clothes. So at the end of the day, if I'm going to advertise for a company, I would like to advertise for a company that's going to support me, you know what I'm saying? But I still love what 10 Deep does. I think they're one of my favorite streetwear brands of all times. And my other favorite brand would be Adidas. I love Adidas. I really hope Adidas surpasses Nike. I think Adidas has been fucking killing it. And yeah, I'm always dipped in Adidas. My favorite thing to wear is probably like Adidas tracksuits or sweatsuits. Super fucking comfortable, super amazing. Matter of fact, the essential tee I'm wearing right now is from Adidas. Hey! Speaking of my favorite clothing brands, I will touch on a question that I got on Snapchat actually, which is, why don't you like Supreme, Palace, or FTP? FTP, for those of you that don't know, is fuck the population. And the answer is, I don't dislike them. Now, some people might be confused by that, because if you follow me on Snapchat, there was a Snapchat that said fuck Supreme, which is like what started this whole thing. And I don't dislike Supreme, I don't dislike Palace, I don't dislike fuck the population. If I had to pick my favorite of the three, it would probably have to be fuck the population, Supreme, and then Palace in that order. My whole point with that Snapchat wasn't really to voice like a frustration with those brands, but it's more or less just to voice that it's ridiculous that people pay resale prices on those products. Which I also have to clarify, because I recently mentioned on Snapchat that I bought some FTP to resell. I don't think there is a problem with people buying stuff to resell. That's not the issue. At the end of the day, any market where people can make money, they're going to try to make money. You can't knock someone for trying to make money and trying to take care of their bills and take care of their family. That's just fucking stupid. If you are mad at resale culture, the only person you can be mad at are the people that are willing to pay that dollar amount for that product, and that is the reason that you cannot get your hands on that product. It's not because people buy it to resell it, because you cannot expect someone to just say, no, I don't want money. That's fucking stupid. We need money to eat. We need money to pay our rent. We need money to provide for our family. I think the best way to describe it is the fact that I don't like the hype behind those brands. And the reason I think that is probably the best way to describe it is because at the end of the day, I don't necessarily care that people pay those prices, because I don't really try to get that stuff. Also, because it's their fucking money and they can spend their money on whatever the fuck they want to spend their money on. Even though I will say personally, I would not buy something to resell from Supreme, FTP, or Palace if I would not also personally wear it. And the only reason for that is not because I think that you shouldn't resell shit that is hyped if you don't like it, but mostly it's just because if something didn't sell, I would like it to be something that I would actually fuck with and actually wear. I don't wear shit because of a brand name or because it says something on it. I wear it because I actually like it. But those brands will release some corny ass shit and people will fuck with it just because it's the brand name. Like, for example, Supreme recently dropped a bedazzled Supreme hoodie and it says Supreme and it's bedazzled. It's fucking corny. If that was any other brand, people would not fuck with it, but because it says Supreme, people fuck with it. And that's my type of shit that like irritates me. I just don't like the hype behind it. But they've all released dope shit to me. My favorite piece of Supreme actually is the Robitussin long sleeve, which I really want to get my hands on, but I'm not gonna pay $170 for a fucking long sleeve. And then also FTP is probably my favorite of those three, just because FTP, even though it has a lot of hype behind it right now, the creators are really dope, and I've heard several stories of just shit that they've done that I've just thought is like real as fuck to me. So if there was any brand of those three that I fuck with, it would definitely be FTP. And like I said, I mean, I have no problem with buying and reselling. I would buy and resell if I was willing to wake up, and I've thought about it in the past. Like over a year ago, I tried getting a North Face Supreme collab, which did not work out. So that way I could resell it. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I have to think of my family. You know, my mother is disabled. She doesn't make a lot of money. Since I was a little kid, I told her I was gonna buy her a '69 Camaro, and best believe I will do anything I can to get her that '69 Camaro at some point in her life. How was life in the military? It was cool, hard to adjust, but cool. Are you planning on getting more ink? I already answered that, yes. How old are you, and is Paul Cantu your best friend? I am 300, and Paul Cantu is one of my best friends, but I will say I talk to Paul Cantu more than any other person on this planet. Me and Paul talk almost every day. That's my bro. I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's kind of become this situation where I don't even really call them my best friends or my bros. It's just like my real life brother. I mean, there's really no difference besides blood. You know what I'm saying? I love Paul, I love my brother Josh, I love my brother Blake, I love my brother Justin. Josh would be my best friend. He's been my best friend since 2nd grade. Kind of funny how we met actually. When he came into class, the teacher was like, does anyone want to show Josh around? And I was like, me. And then ever since then, we were best friends. That's just my brother. Skirt! Hold up. All right, guys, I apologize. My battery died. However, I have 2 more questions that I will answer. And any questions that are not answered in this Q&A will be answered in the next Q&A. I might drop a Q&A next week, depending on how this one does. If this gets like 300 or 400 likes, then I'll definitely drop another one next week. If not, then I'll still drop one in a couple weeks after I do some other shit. Like I said, there are 2 more questions that'll be answered in this Q&A, and the first one is, how did me and Paul meet? The way that we met, actually, was through YouTube.
ChristianMingle.com, he's a fucking liar.
Basically, so he used to watch my videos because he used to watch Jacob Keller's videos, and Jacob Keller shouted me out a long time ago that he started watching. He was actually like one of my first subs. From the very start of my channel, he was sucking my dick and also leaving comments that were actually really relevant and just really dope. So obviously I recognize his name because he would leave comments on every single video. He's probably gonna do some gay shit next to me.
No, I'm not. Why would I do that?
Because you were just pretending to suck a dick?
No, it wasn't.
And then one time he commented on a video, and there was one of his subscribers that commented and was like, oh shit, Paul, I watch your videos, blah, blah. And that was when I first realized that he did videos. And so I checked out his videos. He was fucking hilarious. I was watching one of his videos and he passed on a FUBU item that I really wanted, and he basically said he passed on it because of his tax. Me and him both had a mutual love for FUBU, and I was like, bro, please find me a FUBU windbreaker that's like just super clean and dope. And he found me one, he sent it to me, and ever since then it was just true friendship. And
true
now
love.
He's one of my best friends. And the second one, which was also answered in Florence, was, who gets more girls, me or Paul? Who gets more bitches, you or Paul?
Jacob. Jacob has 5 years of life experience over me and is a complete whore.
Anyways, like I said, if you like this video and you want to see more Q&As, definitely hit that thumbs up, that like button. I got a lot more questions to answer. There are a lot of questions on that video, and you guys can feel free to ask me more questions in the comments on this video. You can also Snapchat me, you can Instagram me, or Twitter me more questions. All 3 of those are at the Starr Life. That will be somewhere on the screen and in the description below, along with the link to all of my social networks, such as my SoundCloud and my Tumblr. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you want to see more Q&As. I really do appreciate it from the top and bottom of my heart. And as always, keep living the Starr Life.
Mission for the land of milk and honey, sort of funny how to see change. But new roads bring new scars. We duck it, dodging out the hoopla. Push it to the limit, going too far. That's what it takes to live the Starr Life with 2 R's. Now they telling me that life is a lonely road.